Cool. All right, here we go. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Jason Gorman for Chris Weiler, Justin Matzik, Ben Christensen. We are the rest of the field coming at you today on the weekend. Wanted to bring you something special again. We were in conversation and we just decided that, you know what would be a cool draft? Wrestling, professional wrestling. I know there's a lot of big time fans out there. I personally am not one. Not that I dislike it. I just don't ever watch. So we decided we would put together our best squads. This is going to be all-time wrestling. So you can go back as far as you want, put together the biggest names. We're going to do a 4-round draft like we've done in the past. And we're going to see what we come up with. And then we'll post everything with a poll on Twitter. @rest_field is where you can find us. You're watching on YouTube. We're also on Instagram, the rest of the field, so you can find us on there. But we're going to jump right into this and bring you a special little draft here on Mother's Day weekend. Reminder, if you haven't gone out and done something special for your wife or your mother or whatever it may be, you still have one day left. So get out there and do that. Hopefully I wasn't reminding anybody here in our group, but getting right into it, we did a random draft order selection again. We're going to go Chris, me, Deke, and then Ben. 4-round snake draft. Check out the art. Decided to get a little creative here. Under the spotlights, in the limelight.
Looks very sharp. Very sharp.
Isn't that snazzy?
It's very snazzy. And Ben finally got off the one line on the draft here.
Yeah, we finally got Ben out of the number 1 position. Chris finally towards the top, finally made it to that pinnacle. Maybe not the draft. I think Chris is in the same boat as I am, not an avid professional wrestling watcher. So maybe not the draft you wanted the number 1 choice in, but you got it. At least
you got it.
I think I mentioned that an episode or two ago that you're going to get it, and you're going to get it when you least want it. And maybe that's today.
That is definitely today. Definitely today.
All right, let me get this up on my end so that I can keep track of everything. We'll kind of check back into the draft board every round. Let's see here. All right, I think I'm ready to go. If you are, so Chris, you're leading us off. Number 1 pick overall, professional wrestling, all time, any federation.
Here we go.
What are you going with?
A, I'm pumped. First pick, I'll take it anytime. Let's go. B, can I just hear real quick what you guys thought I would take for the first pick? I will write my answer down, and I'll go with what I'm writing down, so it won't influence me. I'm just curious to see who's going to have it.
Well, I thought that you didn't know a lot about wrestling, so I went with the no-brainer choice that he's probably just going to pick Hulk Hogan. So,
okay.
With the most name notoriety, I guess. I said, more recency bias, I guess, with The Rock, with Dwayne Johnson, mega superstar in the news every day. But I also agreed with Justin. It would be a big name like that.
Okay.
Ben wasn't part of that conversation.
Yeah, I wasn't part of it, but no, I agree with the other two though. I mean, if you don't know much about wrestling, I feel like Dwayne's the easy answer.
All right. Well, I'm glad we're all on the same page. So the only other one that came to my mind besides those two was Andre the Giant, only because of probably ESPN. So I was like, is that a crazy first pick? So I didn't know, but it was definitely, do I go with Hulk, who seems to be like a legend growing up kind of thing, or The Rock, who's like kind of celebrity legend now? I love The Rock, but I went Hulk.
Yes, I knew it.
Are you going to show us this written down answer so we know you didn't just change it?
It's the background. I don't know if it's going to say. I'll take a picture afterwards, and I'll promise it's real.
Right, I'll trust you.
So were you didn't watch wrestling very much, but were you a true Hulkamaniac?
It's just something I never got into, guys. Honestly, it's just I don't think
anybody
never just
in my
grabbed
group, a shirt and shredded it.
No, I think I would have done like a weekend of chores, like for doing something like that. Are you kidding me?
Cool.
So no, I didn't know much about it. Honestly, I mean, you had all the action figures and stuff, but I never watched like a full wrestling weekend or, episode.
Yeah. Sorry
Well,
if you guys are picking. I have a plane flying by pretty low.
Hulk
I don't know if you guys can hear
from
that.
the American superstar to later in his career being the leader of the NWO, and he became a bad guy. So what he went all avenues in wrestling.
That's probably a little deeper dive than I think anybody really needs to know at this
No,
point.
the people who watch wrestling are going to know.
Yeah, well, they already know that info.
Was
Moving right
he,
along.
one of the only guys who body slammed Andre the Giant?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Moving right along into the number 2 pick made it easy for me because my guess for Chris was what I was hoping might fall to me, and I'm going with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. May not have been, the best wrestler. I don't know. Maybe he was. Maybe he was up there. But I think name notoriety may help me in the overall voting. So all I remember was the eyebrow and
Zeke, I have a real quick question.
Terrible eyebrow.
He's got a good pick. What could he have been a first, overall or second overall? Should he be? I just don't know if he's that good of a wrestler. Yeah.
The Rock?
I just don't know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, wrestling wise,
I think he could have been. I think he could have been the number 1 pick. But I think Jason did the eyebrow. But you got to know what he said.
Yeah. If you smell.
Wow.
With the Rock.
With that beard, you look like a goat.
The Brahma Bull.
Yeah.
Well, so I
Good
went
pick.
Rock. So currently we have Hulk and The Rock off the board. Justin, pick number 3. Who you got?
Well, I have 2 guys. I'm hoping one of them comes back to me. I don't know if it will because I think Ben probably knows a little bit more about wrestling than you 2 guys. So I'm gonna have to go with the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Woo! Yeah, that would have been one of mine.
I just want you to know I saw him on my list and I wasn't for sure. He looked a little older. Wasn't for sure that he was really a wrestler. Wasn't sure if he was like an announcer. I didn't click on him.
He's got a 30 for 30. It's really interesting. If you're into that, watch it. He is an interesting man. So it's a good watch.
All right.
The party. Let's put it that way.
Ric Flair off the board. That's going to get us to Ben. Picks 4 and 5 back to back. Who you got?
So this makes my 2 picks somewhat easy, I guess. Talked about him a little bit beforehand. Stone Cold is going to be my first pick. Pick number 4, Stone Cold Stunner, Austin 316, all that good stuff.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Well,
yeah.
I think you have to take a drink.
I'm going with the Macho Man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Ben, I think
You're welcome.
If you're taking Steve Austin, you need to take a drink. I mean, based on his big celebration of catching a beer, cracking them together, it's only fitting.
Throwing a question out to Jason and Chris. What's Randy Macho Man Savage's favorite snack food?
Slim Jim.
Nice. There we go.
Oh, dang.
I know a little bit.
Slim Jim.
Yep.
How many beers
Jason
have you
got
had
that,
today,
though.
man?
Rest in peace, Macho Man.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, that's going to take us back to Justin. You were saying thank you. Does that mean your guy made it back?
My guy made it back, and this will be what they call the wrestler of death, so to speak.
Yeah.
The Undertaker.
Damn it. I was hoping you would fall to me in the 3rd round. I don't know.
There's no way he was going to make it all the way back.
I was going to take him for sure.
He was going to be my next pick, so that really bums me out. He was the dude. Like, I had a wrestling video game, and that's who I always played with was the Undertaker.
Yeah, the other one, the 2 you wanted.
Tombstone was the finishing move there. Rock bottom was for the Rock. Macho Man was from the top ropes. Flying elbow.
Oh man, that really bums me out. I got to do some digging here. I think. All right. I wasn't planning on. Well, I know Chris probably isn't going to take him. You know what? I'm going to keep it recent with both my picks, and I believe this is right. And I'm going to go with my little brother, my little big brother, John Cena.
Decent pick. I don't know what else to say about that.
He's very recent. He's
sort of
one of the top guys up there on the Make-A-Wish list, isn't he?
I will say this: he's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Like my first pick, The Rock, made his way into Hollywood and is now. I don't know if he still wrestles, but he is all about making movies now. So that's going to take us to Chris with his back-to-back rounds 2 and 3, the 8 and 9 pick overall.
Can we make predictions again, Chris? This is fun.
Well, I've kind of given one away, so
yeah.
I'm going to take him because I don't know if he should value himself here as the end of the second round. Maybe I should be picking him the next pick in the third round. But since I'm taking Andre the Giant, I'm going to say if you can guess the other one, I should probably write it down first because I can be easily influenced here.
Yeah.
Well, here, how about this? Let's
let's
pause
there up there.
Chris, you go ahead and look it over. Everybody can give their guesses. Just to update everybody as to what it looks like now that we're through 2 rounds with Chris's Andre the Giant pick, as we're about to wrap it into round 3 here. So that's how everybody's team is currently racking up. I am obviously the most recent. Chris, I believe, has the oldest squad. Because I think
so,
Undertaker
yes.
is still relevant, is he not? He's still
He makes some cameo appearances, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that's how it looks through 2 rounds. So maybe that's giving Chris a little bit more time to look into what who he wants to take here.
All right, I think this might be a stretch here, but I got somebody. If you want to take a quick guess, go for it. I'll write it down again.
I wouldn't even know.
I'm not going to guess because I don't want to give the other guys any ideas now moving forward.
Okay, I agree with that. Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oops.
You see what I'm doing there? I'm stretching.
You're good with that? You're okay?
It might have been a stretch. But he's definitely he's held the championship a few times.
And he's currently a UFC fighter, right?
Yeah, he's kind of bounced back and forth to doing wrestling and UFC. Usually he loses in one of them. He just goes to the other one.
Gosh, okay. Let me all right. So that brings it to me. 10th pick overall. My 3rd pick. I'm going to go Bret the Hitman Hart. I think
not bad. Legend. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yep, a name that sticks out in my childhood as to some of the very few wrestlers that I know.
Pop quiz. Who's his brother?
Brother Hart.
Corey.
You're the only one left.
I can't remember now.
Owen Hart, who I think actually has passed away, so rest in peace. I believe so. But
was it one of those brothers that died falling in a cage match or something?
Don't know on that for sure.
I want to say that's. I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
So it's back to me here, right?
It is back to you. Yep. Hold on one sec. I'm having some technical difficulties here. All right. Back to you. 11th pick. your third round pick, you currently have Ric Flair and The Undertaker.
Yeah, this is getting tough because there's three guys that one of them is personal and emotional.
Emotional?
Well, actually, there's four guys that are really top notch. And I just don't know. It's only got 4 slots to do this. But I think a lot of people are going to know him and like it. So maybe I can get another W for the votes. So I'm going with the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, Ben had a little smirk on his face.
Damn it!
Wait, did you just hear what he said? That was a pretty delayed reaction.
Yeah, well, sorry, I might be lagging a little bit. That was going to be my pick. I thought he was going to fall to me in this next round. That's my nostalgia pick as well. Like, it goes back. WrestleMania, I think, was always the Ultimate Warrior's big thing, and he was always a lot of fun to watch.
So Ben,
So
why
we're
don't you
in
give
the-
us? Why don't you give us your third pick to round out round 3, and then we'll pull up the draft board again for everybody to see how everything's shaping up.
Well, now I got to dig a little bit. I was hoping that he would be my first pick, and I
Well,
couldn't.
you have back-to-back picks here, so why don't you just
I
take
know.
the guy? You'll
Well, I
have
don't know
time.
who the other one was going to be. He was going to be my first pick, and then I was going to decide on the other one.
So you didn't know who the back-to-back pick was.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
I will take Shawn Michaels with the first pick here, round 3.
Damn it!
Yeah, that's what you get for taking my Ultimate Warrior.
Hey, I was going to take it Warrior or Sean. HBK, the Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah, sweet chin
Yeah.
music.
He was up on the list. For me, it was the name notoriety of, the people who are into wrestling will obviously know him, but would people, an average listener who maybe doesn't know, are they going to know as much about Shawn Michaels? So let's tune in here. Got my daughter peeking in on me.
Trying to sneak what vote, get a tweet out there.
Let's see here. I think I picked the wrong screen.
Yeah, it seems shady. Seems a little shady. Something going on there.
There you go. There it is. So that's how it all works out through 3 rounds. We have 1 round left. It's going to come Ben back to Chris. So everybody's team looks good at the moment. This is going to be a tough one to know who really sticks out. There's going to be people that love like Ric Flair, and so I think they're just going to go that route. And then you have the name notoriety of The Undertaker, the Ultimate Warrior. Somebody not familiar with wrestling may see Shawn Michaels and be like, "Who?" They may be thinking,
they might say Shawn Michaels. Is that my investment
maybe
agent?
Brett Michaels from, what is he, Guns N' Roses or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I think Brett Michaels is Guns N' Roses.
All right, so that's going to take us to round 4. Ben, you're leading us off. You've had some time to think about it, look into it. Who are you going with?
I am going with the man with 3 names. He is Mick Foley. He is Mankind. He is Cactus Jack, I believe was his other name. But he would be the Mandible Claw was the finisher for those who cared.
He was a wild dude.
Yeah, man. Anytime he pulled that sock out, people would go crazy.
Excuse me?
He pushed the limits.
Yeah,
And he
definitely
gave
did.
people what they wanted to see. So he would have like tack matches. So he would say, put the whole ring full of tacks and let's wrestle. And they did it. It was wild.
What was the name?
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley.
He had some big matchups with The Undertaker, I want to say. There was a couple of years there where those two were like the hot ticket.
I think I remember seeing that. All right. Well, that takes us to Justin with his last pick, the 14th pick overall.
Yeah, this is interesting because there's two guys that I really want, and I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out how this would play out best for votes. But I think I got to go with the route. He is part of the family, of the WWE family, currently married into it. I'm going with a D-Generation X leader of the WWE, Triple H.
Finishing move?
Again from me.
Finishing move?
Yeah, what was it called? Do you remember?
That's slipping my mind right now.
The pedigree.
Oh, yeah, the pedigree. I keep thinking of Tombstone, but that's Undertaker.
Yeah.
But it's very similar.
Yep.
Makes me mad. Stole the Undertaker from me. Stole Triple H. Now I got to do a deep dive because I don't know as many wrestlers and find somebody whose
Can
name.
you show me the board again real quick, Jason? I need to make sure I'm got understanding of who's left here.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
I'm trying to write them down, but I'm happy a couple guys are still left here based on, I think, just name notoriety. I think I'm gonna sneak in a couple like just random votes here.
So because it's just down to me and Chris, the two in my mind are maybe Sting or
Ooh, Stinger.
Roddy Piper. I got a couple guys like names that I know. I don't know how well they rank in terms of all-time wrestling, but was it just Razor or was it Razor Blade? He had like slick, greasy hair.
Razor Ramon.
Razor Ramon, that was his name.
Yeah, not the Razor Blade.
I
He
can
needed a
tell you,
Razor Blade
Jason,
most times, but
I got 3 people written down, and Piper is not on my list. So you can take them, but I'm just saying, out of these 3, you're not stealing one. Which maybe is a mistake by me too, because I don't know as much maybe as
Chris.
these guys,
It came
but
down to the two
purely
guys that
name.
know the least about wrestling, so I don't think we're stealing anything from anybody.
Yeah.
I think, you know what? I don't have any face paint in my group, so I'm going to go with Sting.
Okay.
Add some
Very
That's
underrated
cool.
singer.
white
I think
and
that's a
black
great pick.
face paint to my group. He kind of had, because the Undertaker was swiped right from beneath me. Sting kind of has the same feel as the Undertaker. He had that very intimidating presence. Did he talk? Is he like the Undertaker where he doesn't say much or anything?
No, he didn't talk much. And then he also went from a very lovable wrestler where the kids liked him and stuff to a dark wrestler where he would hide out and prowl in the rafters of the arenas and then come sliding down into the ring.
Yep. That's my guy. I need a badass on my. Not that these other guys are.
He was a wild card.
Yeah, that brings another dimension to my squad. I like it. I like rounding my squad out with Sting. So that leaves it to Chris. Last pick of the draft. What are you going with? Or who?
I might have talked myself out of it, but that was my lead going into my pick. Was Sting, just something a little different. Name notoriety, I think for sure was in there. So I was hoping to take that one.
Razor Blade is still out there.
Yes, yeah. It doesn't ring a bell for me, so I'm just going to stay away from it. He could be the easy pick. I have no idea. But
no.
For me, it's between the Big Show. Is he still out there?
Yep. Yeah, still available.
And Goldberg.
And who?
Goldberg.
Yep. Goldberg, the ex-NFL
the Sphere.
So they're the two people I recognize the most. The Big Show, I kind of just you know, I'm tiny, he's huge. It just all my guys are big dudes. I just like it. Like they're only the people that could protect me, maybe. So, man,
He's like another
I
Andre the
have an
Giant.
old team, but man, Goldberg, I just don't know enough about. I was hoping that Deke would leak me a little more information on his reactions, but
Goldberg was if I had an honorable mention on my team, he would be it.
Yep.
But
So, Chris, you going Big Show?
nope, I'm influenced very easily. I'm going Goldberg.
Goldberg had the spear, and it was so awesome.
Oh, the spear was the greatest. The way he set it up,
so
just sitting there with
awesome.
his hands on his knees.
And was
And he was also a nice movie role in The Longest Yard, which we also did a Adam Sandler movie draft. He was a linebacker in that. But I think he played for the guards, not the team, right?
I think
I
you're
don't
right.
remember. Is that Goldberg? Just
Yes.
So.
Okay. So let me get that back up there.
Nobody took Yokozuna, huh? The bonsai drop.
Oh, yeah, that's a name I remember.
That was a nice sleeper.
Yeah, Yokozuna. There was wasn't there like a voodoo daddy or something? Yeah, there's a guy
that one.
No, he was from I had a Sega Game Gear wrestling game, and he had like kind of this skull face paint, so he had really dark black paint around his eyes, and then I want to say it was something voodoo related.
I sort of know what you're talking about. I'm trying to find who that is.
Yeah, I got to find a picture here. No, it's not Voodoo Daddy.
Hey, what about Rey Mysterio?
Mr.
Rey
Mysterio?
No.
That's exactly how I said it.
Papa Shango.
Papa Shango.
Yep, it was Papa Shango, Jason.
Yep. So
Is he,
Voodoo. So,
solid or
name wrong. What other ones did I remember? There's not a lot, to be honest.
Well, so one of the cool names of wrestling was Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Snuka.
Superfly.
And then you had the Bobby Ventura, governor of Minnesota, for a while.
Right. Wasn't there like the kid or something like that?
Roadhog Warrior was the father to the Rams. What was that player again?
I don't know. Again, I have very, very limited wrestling knowledge. There was a kid. There was one. I think he was called the Kid, and he was sort of like a high flyer. Did lots of acrobatics off the turnbuckle. X-Pac?
Yeah, he was that. I mean, but he was.
You're not talking about the Heartbreak Kid, are you?
No.
Okay.
No. I think I remember X-Pac and maybe
Generation X, all those guys.
Maybe he was tag team partners with Razor Blade for a while.
I want to get because I know you guys know who that is.
Well, we'll have to see if we can find it quick here. Otherwise, we don't want to go too long with this because we want to keep it pretty short and sweet on these little weekend drafts that we give you guys. If you do, while he's looking that up, if you do have any suggestions, our latest episode, we got a draft suggestion from Tim Shaw, and he sent that to us through Twitter. And we saw that. We liked it. We did it right away with the next episode. So we're open to any suggestions that you guys may have. It doesn't matter how wild. I mean, we've done desserts, we've done movies, we've done sports. We're always talking about different things and kind of creating a list of drafts that we have kind of in our back pocket for every episode that we need them. So we're very flexible with them, and we can slip one in right away if you come up with a good one and shoot it over to us on social media. So certainly hit us up. You can find us at rest_field, and you can send us there. You can send it to us on Instagram. I don't know if
So I got it.
Deke.
I got it.
Lex Luger.
Oh, he was a good wrestler, but I got the James Laurinaitis. His father, Joe Laurinaitis, was a part of the Road Warriors.
Nope, Jason doesn't recognize that name.
Linebacker for the Saints.
The only thing I do know the name now, I can see it on the back of his jersey. I think he went to Ohio State. I think he was a linebacker for them before making it to the Saints. But when you said Laurinaitis, all I could think of was the movie 300. Was that the King's name? King Laurinaitis?
I think it was. Laurinaitis went to Wayzata High School in Minnesota.
Well, there you go. Local connection.
Yep.
Well, again, we want to keep it short and sweet, and we had a blast. It was different. Deke was very excited about doing this one, so he was very happy that we could make this one happen. So there's the board once again. We'll have it up on Twitter here shortly. We'll also have this episode live as soon as we can get it up. Obviously, if you're watching it, it will be live. So look for that. Twitter at @rest_field, Instagram the rest of the field, and you can also find us on our YouTube channel. Please give us a subscribe, likes, retweets. Let us know. Vote on the polls. Give us suggestions. Certainly comment to us. We're pretty active on there, so we'll get you right back as soon as we see that. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. This was our weekend edition here on Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there that may be listening. Certainly one out to all of the mothers and wives that are in our group of 4, all very special ladies. Hopefully you guys have a great Sunday and treat them right. But with that, my name is Jason Gorman, and for Chris Weiler, Justin Matzik, we'll call him Deke, and Ben Christensen, we are the rest of the field. Take care, everybody. We're out.